you get involved in what they're doing on a day-to-day, and you show that you're interested in what they're doing, I found that they're more willing to share with you what's happening, being able to come to you for advice on how to handle different clients or consultants, working through those contracts. How do I negotiate with this particular client? This is what they're asking. How can I see my resources and how I need to know who additional people I need to add to this particular project? So that's where I come into play, really working with the tool, showing them how to utilize that system so that they can fully maximize not only their contract value, the profitability on their projects, but make sure that everybody is still working and billable within our firm.
So that's exactly what I was talking about. You can't, the word that you use, come to me for advice, or you go to them to give advice. If you're the no police, nobody wants to go near you. So you have to change the mindset and the culture of the organization and rebuild the relationships sometimes between finance and the rest of the organization. So who wants to go next? Teresa, you're shaking your head. Are you ready to do some contributions here?
Yes, I thought it was excellent what Melissa said, because it is exactly exactly that, being very strategic. And you're always thought of as the no police. So when I first came into PACE, the first thing that I did bring in or do is enterprise risk assessment. And then that way, everyone, the entire organization participated and understood what our risks were. Now, back then, about 5 years ago, we weren't anticipating a pandemic, but that was part of our risk. So the conversation started off being that strategic. Whenever we're making strategic visions, it's not about the no, but what can you do? So that really helped us doing that enterprise risk assessment, getting all of, and with a nonprofit, a large nonprofit, you do have a trustee board, sort of like a corporate board or investors, but these trustees can dictate or govern how your organization goes. And with PACE being a little over 35 years throughout the state of Florida and in Georgia, there's a lot of input to it, and it's never the no. But what they have done and what we've done over the last 10 years is changed the narrative that, I mean, when I came to PACE, I was the CFO. They changed it, we changed it to CBO, because it was not just the finance. It's more of that strategic partnership with the CEO. Every decision that we make together. One of the big things I laugh at on my resume is that I have to put construction foreman on it, because I've now built 7 buildings throughout the state of Florida. I know everything about construction and the cost, trust me. But it is something that is different than the CFO. It's not just the numbers. Is it the right business decision? Is it the right growth plan? And so that piece of it is exactly what Melissa said. It's more of advice and understanding it. So now they come to us more of the strategic notion. What should we do? How do we do this? And the first time, a change is hard for anyone. So the first time I implemented the change in technology, meaning to come work at PACE, you sign a statement that technology is our forefront. Everything is technology. Oh. That means we use Teams, we use everything that's out there. There is no paper. And one of the biggest thing was you have to have a credit card. So every staff, 565 staff members have credit cards, because we don't do paperwork. And it's a little bit hard when you have that change about, well, why are you doing this? Well, then when they see the strategic plan behind the growth and how much we save, what we call cost avoidance, and I'm so big on data, my business intelligence department, that's all we produce is that data. They're now able to make business informed decisions. So we have teachers that talk about the business informed decisions. We have counselors that teach our girls. And let me tell you something, youth, 11 to 17, they're very smart. They're very wise. And because they're at risk doesn't mean they're not going to try to get around the system. So when we went all virtual, you should have seen IT and security, because our girls are very intelligent of getting around protocols to do things that they're not. You know, I had this one girl who had a whole store. Well, she was an entrepreneur. It was a little illegal, but the fact is, they can do that. So you always have to be strategic. And so when you have a counselor calling and say, you know, I need a strategic plan on how to do X, Y, Z, then you can sit back as a finance person and smile and say, we've done it. We did exactly that.